Quabster Boxing once again coming to you live. I'm just here to talk about my thoughts on the Dereck Chisora versus the Alexander Usyk fight. Highly anticipated matchup towards the end of the month. Given that we're living in the pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic, it's good to see that we do have at least these sporting events to look forward to. I believe this is going to be a really, really interesting fight between the boxer and the puncher. A classic. And we've seen fights like this before in the past. Chisora, a man that needs no introduction, an energetic fighter, a brawler. He does know how to box as well. A man that's been in many fights. In fact, his boxing record does not reflect the type of boxer he is or how good he is. It does say he has 9 losses, but he has been in a lot of fights with the likes of David Haye, Vitaly Klitschko, Dillian White twice. Who else? Early on in his career, Sam Saxton. He's fought Tyson Fury twice. I mean, the guy's been in a lot of wars. And more recently, he beat Artur Szpilka, who happened to be a southpaw, just like Alexander Usyk, which he actually knocked out in the second round. Alexander Usyk, multiple belts within the cruiserweight division, as well as winning the heavyweight gold medal in the Olympics in 2012 and fighting Chaz Witherspoon at the professional level and beating him at heavyweight. Stylistically, this fight is going to be very, very interesting in terms of who will control the ring and who will have the ability to fight their fight. Dereck Chisora, a guy that brawls, a guy that comes forward and cuts off the ring very effectively and makes the ring really, really small. Alexander Usyk is a mover, a southpaw. So it'll be a very interesting fight in terms of who will be allowed to fight their fight. It's a very difficult decision to decide who's going to win this. But in my opinion, I am leaning towards Dereck Chisora, given the fact that he has campaigned at heavyweight for longer he's campaigned at heavyweight for longer, and he, in my opinion, is a bigger puncher and a much more physically stronger fighter. I think he'll be able to rough up Alexander Usyk. Usyk can be hit, and most of us saw this in the Chaz Witherspoon fight. Even though Chaz Witherspoon is a very different boxer to Dereck Chisora, he has a more of an upright style and he's not trying to necessarily cut off the ring, but he's more of a boxer. However, I think Chisora is no slouch either, and he will be able to catch Alexander Usyk whilst he's moving around the ring. I think he will have difficulties early on in the fight with Alexander Usyk, commanding the ring and being able to move effectively in and out of range and, peppering Dereck Chisora with a jab here and there. But I think later on, as the fight wears on, I think Dereck Chisora will be able to have his way, and Alexander Usyk should slow down, and Dereck Chisora should be more effective in hitting him with body punches. I know I'm sticking my head out the line on this one, and I think a lot of the consensus is that Alexander Usyk's pedigree and his skills will be a little bit too much for Chisora. But I just think that Chisora's record does not represent the type of boxer he really is. And he's been in the ring with a whole host of fighters. From Vitaly Klitschko to Dillian White to Tyson Fury to David Haye, who happens to be his manager now. I think he has the ability to cause the upset. In my opinion, it wouldn't be an upset, because I think Chisora is a lot better than his record reflects. But he was just thrown in the Lions Den early, hence the reason why he has those many losses. But I think with the experience and with the knowledge he's accumulated over the years, I think that should be enough for him. To get over the finish line against Usyk. And Chisora is a big name fighter. When the name is big, Chisora rises to the occasion. And we've seen in some fights where Chisora, even though he's won, has not looked so convincing because maybe a lack of motivation on him for that, which I don't blame him. But in this fight, I am definitely leaning towards Chisora, and I think he has the ability to possibly even knock out Usyk. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Subscribe, like, dislike, entirely your prerogative. Quabster Boxing, I'm out. Peace. Quabster Boxing once again coming to you